Hi everybody, Luther Miller here. Just want to talk to you guys real briefly. Today I just had some thoughts kind of running through my mind. I was thinking about my spiritual father who has passed several years back. Just thinking about what he did and kind of the legacy that he left and where I fall into play with all that, where I see myself with all that. For a handful of years, I was part of a home group fellowship, and it was a great experience. Something that I've never experienced in any other setting before. And it was just one of those things where we had this community, and it wasn't like a typical church. You know, we say we have our church community, this and that. It was pretty different. It was a smaller group. I think there was about 20 to 25 of us at any given time. And we all knew each other intimately, right? We knew where each other lived. We knew things that each other were going through, struggles that one another faced, things like that. There was a real connection that you don't see today in the bigger church settings. And it got me to thinking that, you know, when we go to a church full of hundreds of people and you know, you might know people casually, but there's not that deep connection, I really feel like we're missing something. And I know for me, being part of that small group, it was for about 8 years I was a part of that group. And at some point in my Christian walk, I said, you know, there's got to be something more. I don't know quite what I was after. I think it's one of those you don't know what you have till it's gone kind of things. And I said, let me look at the institutional church, right, the organized church system, and let me get involved in that, because that will take me wherever this place that I want to go is. And so I did that. I left that small group fellowship and really got entrenched in the church system for many, many years. Kind of rose up through the ranks, as it were, climbed the church corporate ladder, if you will. And, you know, looking back in hindsight, I think one of the things that I lost was my love for people, to be real honest. You know, the deeper you go into these church structures and institutions, you end up caring more for the desires of the church, for the building, for the structure itself. I remember a situation, there was a disciplinary issue that involved a young man, and you know, I was more concerned about how his actions were going to influence what we were doing at the church. You know, and again, looking back, I was less concerned about his welfare and his well-being than I was for the welfare and well-being of the church. And I think that's somewhere that I've missed it personally, spiritually, and I can feel the Lord is calling me back to that place, to where there's a genuine concern and love for people. And for me, that's one of the things that I see that my involvement with the organized church system has kind of taken away, or I've lost it, or however you want to phrase it. It's just gone. Not that I don't care about people anymore, but it's not like it used to be. When I was part of that small group, that small fellowship, you know, if somebody was struggling, a couple of phone calls on a couple of brothers and, you know, some of the sisters, we'd go over and we'd see, how can we meet this need? How can we help this person through this trial, this struggle? Even if it's just to pray, natural things, whatever we could do. I think with the institutional church, it's something that we've lost, and it's something that we definitely need back. Christianity in America today it's not what we see in the book of Acts. It's not what we see from the early church. It's a man-made construct these days. It's not the church of the Bible. And we should take issue with that. We should have a problem with that on a fundamental level. That's, you know, why are we doing things in a way that is not found in Scripture? Why are we doing things in a way that doesn't represent the pattern that was laid out before us when Christ walked the earth? So those are some questions that I'm wrestling with that really we need to address as a body and as individuals to see, at some point we're going to have to decide what side of the fence do we stand on. Are we going to stand in man's camp and support his kingdom, or are we going to stand in God's camp and support his kingdom? So just some things I wanted to throw out at you guys. Maybe I just wanted to kind of get that off my chest, let you guys know where I'm at today and where we're looking as a ministry. And I don't even like to use that term because it's such a loaded word in today's culture. It has probably a lot more negative connotation with it than it does anything positive. But for lack of a better label, that's where we're trying to take Raven's Voice Ministries. That's where we're trying to take anything that we do, is back out into the culture, back out into our communities and the places where we do have influence, just to expand the kingdom, the true kingdom, not to build another church, not to start another program, but to actually bring the gospel message, bring the message of Christ to people who need it. And I need it. So I need to partner with other people who are willing to go out into the community, to go out and reach people. And I know for me that starts with rekindling that love for people. Not in a general sense. It's not that I don't love people anymore, but it's not to the level that it should be. I need to be loving people like Christ loved people. And I think that's a big difference from where I'm at and from where I see a lot of other professing believers at today. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling. I'm out in the wood shop here today, but just want to throw that in your guys' lap, see what you think. Throw some comments my way, tell me what you think, good, bad, or otherwise, and we'll continue this discussion later. Thanks, guys.